The galactic junkyard of Sector 7 stretched endlessly across the dead moon's surface, a graveyard of failed civilizations and forgotten wars. Mountains of corroded starship hulls pierced the violet sky like broken teeth, and rivers of toxic waste snaked between valleys of discarded weapons. This was where the galaxy threw away its mistakes, its terrors, and its sins. Eva Martinez adjusted her oxygen mask as she climbed over a pile of Zenthari battle armor, her salvage scanner beeping softly in her gloved hand. Behind her, Luis Chen hauled their collection sack, sweat beading on his forehead despite the moon's freezing temperature. "This is insane, Eva," Luis muttered through the comm. "Command said this sector is off limits. The radiation levels alone. Command doesn't pay our medical bills." Eva interrupted, her dark eyes scanning the horizon. "That Praxian energy core I detected is worth 6 months' salary. We grab it and disappear before anyone notices." They had been salvagers for 3 years, ever since the human coalition expanded into this arm of the galaxy. While other species viewed humans as newcomers, weak, short-lived, insignificant, Eva and Luis had learned to survive in places others feared to tread. Humanity's stubbornness, they discovered, was its own superpower. The scanner's beeping intensified as they descended into a massive crater. At its center stood a structure unlike anything in the surrounding chaos, a containment field, still functioning after what must have been centuries. Inside it, something massive moved. "Dios mío," Luis whispered. The creature was magnificent and terrible. A dragon, though not from Earth's mythology, this was something far older, far more real. Its scales shimmered with colors that had no names in human languages, shifting from deep emerald to violent crimson. 4 wings, each the size of a frigate, were bound by chains of quantum steel, the same material the Eternal Empire had used to cage their gods. The dragon's eyes, ancient and intelligent, fixed upon the 2 humans. "Stay back," Eva commanded, though her voice trembled. Every instinct screamed danger, yet her scanner showed no hostile intent, only pain. The dragon's massive head lowered, and when it spoke, its voice resonated not through sound but directly in their minds, a telepathy so powerful it made their teeth ache. "Humans," the dragon said, its mental voice layered with exhaustion and something that might have been hope. "I am Vexnaroth, last keeper of the celestial flames. I have waited 3,000 years in this prison." Luis gripped Eva's shoulder. "We should leave now." But Eva stepped forward, her engineer's mind already analyzing the containment field, the chains, the intricate torture device some long-dead civilization had built. The dragon's wings weren't just bound. They were being slowly crushed, microfractures spreading through the delicate membrane with each passing moment. "Can you heal my wings instead of harming me?" Vexnaroth begged, and the ancient being's voice cracked with desperate vulnerability. "Every species that has found me seeks only to harvest my scales, to drain my flame, to take what they can before I expire. But humans are different, they say. You feel empathy even for monsters. Why are you here?" Eva asked. "What did you do?" "I refused to burn a world," the dragon replied. "The Eternal Empire commanded me to incinerate a planet of refugees, beings who had fled tyranny, who asked only for sanctuary. I said no, so they chained me here in this place where mercy goes to die." Luis checked his scanner. "Eva, that energy signature you detected, it's not a Praxian core. It's the dragon's heart. Someone's been siphoning its life force for centuries." The realization hit Eva like a physical blow. The containment field wasn't just a prison. It was a power generator, slowly killing Vexnaroth to fuel some distant station or weapon. Efficient, cruel, typical of the so-called civilized empires that ruled before humanity arrived. "We can't free it," Luis said firmly. "We don't have the tools, the authority, or—" "We have hands," Eva interrupted. "And we have a choice." She approached the control console, her fingers flying over the alien interface. Her talent with xenotech had made her the best salvager in the sector, and now she turned that skill toward liberation instead of exploitation. Luis hesitated for only a moment before joining her, his knowledge of quantum mechanics essential to understanding the chain's locking mechanism. Hours passed. The work was intricate, dangerous. One wrong command could collapse the field and kill them all. But humans, Eva reflected, had always excelled at fixing impossible things. While other species had mastered the cosmos through millennia of evolution, Humanity had clawed its way to the stars in mere centuries through sheer determination and compassion. Finally, the chains shattered. Vexnaroth rose, wings unfurling despite their damage, and the dragon's roar shook the junkyard. Celestial fire, not destructive but healing, poured from its maw, mending the torn membranes, restoring strength to atrophied muscles. "Why?" the dragon asked, genuine confusion in its ancient voice. "You gained nothing. You risked everything." Ava smiled behind her mask. "Because you asked us to heal instead of harm, and because humanity remembers what it's like to be chained, to be considered monsters, to beg for mercy from the powerful." Luis added, "Besides, the galaxy has enough cruelty. We figure it's time to try something different." Vexnaroth lowered its massive head until one enormous eye was level with the two humans. "The Eternal Empire is gone, but their inheritors remain, species who rule through fear and exploitation. They will not appreciate what you've done." "Let them complain," Eva said. "We're pretty good at surviving people who underestimate us." The dragon's laughter echoed across the junkyard, a sound like stars being born. "Then I shall teach you the celestial flames, humans. Not as weapons, but as tools of creation. If your species truly chooses healing over harm, you will need allies. And I have waited 3,000 years to repay a debt of kindness." As Vexnaroth soared into the violet sky, Ava and Luis watched with awe. They had come seeking profit and left having changed the galaxy's future. It was, they reflected, a very human thing to do. The end.